Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the title is complete clickbait. But I really need to talk about this game. I know it's not the most underground game in the world, but I'm really surprised more people aren't talking about this. For those of you who don't know, Omori is an Earthbound-like game with fun characters, an engaging combat system, a creative art style, hardcore elements of misery, dread, and depression, and a killer OST. Just before we get into the video, I want to make it clear that I did my absolute best not to spoil anything in the game. Most of the gameplay shown is in the first hour or two of the game, and I even decided not to use some of my favorite songs from the game in the background of this video, because I think it's experienced best hearing it for the first time in the game. Anyway, let's get back to the video. I just want to make it clear that before Omori, I hated pretty much every RPG turn-based combat game there was. Like, you'd have to pay me to play a game like Pokemon. The only games I would play before Omori were your average FPS games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, or Crab Game. Hey, yeah, you little child! Hey, oh, stop that for you. Boy! Boy, no! I hate this guy, this stupid little Squid Game. Can we get a green light for the love of... I'm done. This is the worst game ever created. So what about Omori got me so engaged? Like I said before, I absolutely hate turn-based combat. I find it extremely boring, yet Omori still captured my full interest. Omori uses emotions as his gimmick to spice up battles. Early on in the game, you are given an emotion chart that tells you how to use emotions to your advantage. Each character has their own special abilities that inflict certain emotions on an enemy. If you really plan out your attacks, you can do some really cool stuff with the emotion system. If you have someone on your team who is on low health and you have the right skills unlocked, you can make them feel sad so their defense will be stronger. Or if a boss is super beefy, you can make your teammates feel angry so their attacks are stronger. But don't forget, some emotions power over other emotions. The emotion system is really complex, but if you really learn it, it could definitely help you out in battle. The emotion system is neat and all, but I feel like the teamwork system needs more credit. After you select all of your attacks for your characters, you'll be given the option to use teamwork to give you an edge in battle. For example, Omori can attack twice per turn, or he could trip the enemy, making his attack speed go down. Kale has the option to pass his basketball to Hero, doing damage to an enemy, or throw it at Aubrey, making her feel angry. Every character has their neat little ability for you to use, but don't use this too often, especially during boss fights, because you're also going to want to save your energy for your special attack. All of the characters in Omori, well, at least the ones in your squad, are amazing. I could see a genuine argument for each character being someone's favorite. Each character has their own little personality and style that's far different from every other character, and they all mix together very well. I didn't care too much for the side characters, but I didn't do very many side missions, so I don't know if I'm allowed to speak on that. However, what I can speak on are the bosses. Oh my god, the bosses are awesome. All of their attacks are accompanied with these amazing animations that add to the boss's character. I beat every boss except 2 on my first try, but let me say it was not easy. You really have to think and use the emotion system to your advantage, especially if your characters are a lower level. Not to mention, the music for the boss fights go really hard. Transition, Omori soundtrack is worth a listen. The music is happy, calming, depressing, or distressing when it needs to be. I'm not really one for gaming soundtracks, honestly I think they're kinda overrated in general, but I have over 30 songs from Omori on my phone that I listen to quite often, including some dark ones. And let me tell you, the dark ones really accomplish the mood Omori is trying to go for. My friends may think I'm a psychopath, but whenever I was closing out my old job at Dairy Queen, the dark songs off Omori were some of the ones I listened to the most. It really fit the dark liminal atmosphere. SushiGold at Dairy Queen with Grant. It's my last day. Goodbye. The only thing I could really compare it to is the music found in the Silent Hill franchise. Even though I never laid my hands on a Silent Hill game, I have mad respect for the OST. My favorites being songs like Promise and The Day of Night that are calming yet kind of eerie. It's good music to listen to on a foggy drive to school or work. And I wish there was more music like it. If you haven't played Omori yet, don't worry, I will not spoil it so you have nothing to worry about. But oh my god, with this game, it is not easy to avoid spoilers. To be honest, the story is pretty much the main reason I played the game. Yes, the combat's fun, the art style is awesome, but the story is where it exceeded my expectations by miles. The game basically has 2 different stories going on at once, and let me say, one of these stories was one of the best story experiences I've had in a long time, and the other one was kinda meh. And the other one isn't bad per se, but if it was just this story, I don't know if I would have played the game. But this second story makes Omori the best story game I've ever played, or at the very least the best story game I've played in recent memory. And the 2 stories are separated so perfectly it keeps you playing. Something big will happen in one story, so it switches you over to the other one, getting you excited for more. This can be kind of annoying at times because it definitely puts you on a cliffhanger, but damn, even the cliffhangers are good. Don't get me wrong, there could definitely be some drag at times. I even put the game off for a week or 2 at one point, but once you're back in the action, it makes all the slow parts worth it. The fact that Omori didn't get nominated for Best Indie or Narrative Game at the Game Awards this year was extremely disappointing. I don't want to hate on Life is Strange True Colors because I've never played it, but But if True Colors is even a quarter as good as Omori, I will chop off my right foot and mail it to Jeff Keighley himself. Anyway, back to the video. However, there is one problem with Omori I was not expecting to have. After I finished Omori, I felt like I needed more. My first question was, will there be a sequel or DLC? If so, how long will I have to wait for it? And that's when my friend informed me that Omori took 6.5 years to develop. After all, the OmoCat team only has 6 people and they still have to run a clothing store. So that's when reality hit me. We will not get new Omori content for a really long time, if ever. So after finding this out, I searched for games that are like Omori. DDLC is good, but I already know the story, and it's almost unreplayable. Undertale's fantastic, but I, like most people, have already played it. And I tried Yume Nikki, but it just couldn't capture my interest like Omori did. So that's it. There will probably never be another game like Omori, or at least for a really long time. And this really sucks, because we need more stuff like this, and less stuff like this, because we have too much of this. We have too much of that. We don't need any more. After playing Omori, going back to the games I usually played was really difficult. It all felt pointless, and I just didn't care about what was going on. Hell, I wasn't even enjoying Gary's mod that much. So that's it. I don't even know if I like video games anymore. I mean, just take a look at the new releases. Battlefield just seems boring after 20 minutes of playing, the new COD just looks like a DLC of the old COD, and every new release is just a mix of games that are already out. And there's nothing really wrong with that, it's just after playing Omori I feel like my expectations are set too high. And I know it's going to be really hard to believe me after saying something like that, but I don't want to overhype the game, because again, this game does have some issues, and I know the plot isn't going to shock everyone the way it shocked me. But I still ask everyone who watches this video to at least try Omori, or just put it on your Steam wishlist for a rainy day. I didn't think I was going to like the game at the start, but as soon as it got interesting, Omori captured my full attention. Taking into account OmoCat only has 6 people working for their company, it's no surprise Omori took 6.5 years to make. In conclusion, Omori is a fantastic game and I highly recommend it. It really is a shame more people aren't talking about this game. And if you're still debating trying Omori, I would highly recommend giving Rivas' video a watch. His video is slightly less spoiler free, but that allows him to go a bit more in depth on Omori. Anyway, I'm SushiGold and that's why Omori ruined gaming. For me. Have a fantastic day and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.